And a Russian court has found WNBA star Brittney Griner guilty on drug possession charges. The judge has ordered her to serve 9 years in prison. Griner pled guilty to drug charges last month, but said she did not intentionally break Russian law. Tina Kraus has more from London.
From behind bars in the back of the Russian courtroom, Brittney Griner listened as a translator passed along the verdict. The judge found the 31-year-old basketball star guilty of deliberately bringing vape cartridges containing cannabis oil with her when she flew to Moscow in February. Griner was sentenced to 9 years in prison.
Very upset, very stressed, and she can hardly talk.
Before the verdict, Griner offered an apology to the court.
I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here.
Griner's lawyers had argued the Phoenix Mercury Center and two-time Olympic gold medalist inadvertently packed the cannabis canisters. They presented character witnesses from the Russian team she plays for in the WNBA offseason and written testimony from a doctor who prescribed her cannabis for pain treatment. Medical marijuana is legal in Arizona.
I never meant to hurt anybody. I never meant to put in jeopardy the Russian population. I never meant to break any laws here.
The verdict comes as U.S. and Russian officials are negotiating a prisoner swap. Last week, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke to his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov, urging him to exchange Griner and former Marine Paul Whelan for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, known as the Merchant of Death.
We had a frank and direct conversation. I pressed the Kremlin to accept the substantial proposal that we put forth on the release of Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner.
Russia offered a counter-proposal, asking for the release of a Russian assassin held by another country. The White House is calling it a, quote, bad faith attempt to avoid the U.S. deal that's on the table. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
For more, John Kirby joins us now. He is the NSC coordinator for strategic communications at the White House. John, thanks for being here. President Biden has condemned the sentencing of Brittney Griner. How would you define the state of negotiations between Russia and the United States?
Well, we're still in negotiations. I want to be careful not to get out in public in terms of the details of it, but we're still trying to make a deal here to be able to get Brittney and Paul home. We have proposed an offer to the Russians. In fact, Bob, we did that weeks ago, and we're waiting for them to accept what we believe is a very serious proposal here to bring Paul and Brittney home. So the conversations are continuing, but we're going to be a little careful about detailing too much of it in public right now.
But this is a turn, John, and Secretary Blinken, as you mentioned, proposed a deal for the release of Ms. Griner and Paul Whelan. Is that deal still on the table, or will it need to change in the coming days in order to secure their release?
Yeah, again, I don't want to get ahead of negotiations. I will tell you the proposal is still on the table, and we urge the Russians to accept that proposal, the one that we put forward weeks ago.
Is the United States position different in any way in terms of who it's prepared to offer in exchange, in terms of maybe a Russian arms dealer like Victor Bout or anyone else?
I don't want to get into the actual details of the proposal that we made. All I can tell you is it's a serious one, and we urge the Russians to accept it. But I think it's probably a better right now where we are in the stage of things if we don't get too much of the details out there.
Are you optimistic or pessimistic if you were talking to the Griner family tonight?
What I would tell the Griner family tonight is, number one, the president is laser focused on Brittney's release as well as Mr. Whelan's. It's something that he gets frequently updated about, and that we are going to continue to work hard until we get them both home with their families where they belong. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take. We don't know what it's going to take, actually, to make that happen. But they need to know. All American people need to know that we're really focused on this very, very hard. We're working on it, and we want to see them home just as fast as possible.
John, you're not only a spokesperson for this administration, you've spent a career in uniform serving this country in the military. You've closely followed what's happening in the South China Sea. How alarmed are you about what's happening right now with China's live fire drills?
Yeah, it's concerning. We knew, and we said Monday, we knew that they were going to conduct exercises, potentially missile launches, fly across the median line in the Taiwan Strait. So a lot of the things, Bob, that we've seen them do over the last 24 hours, we expected them to do. That doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it less worrisome. And the real risk right now is one of miscalculation. They're doing exercises, they're doing drills, again, just like we said they would and they announced that they would do. But when you have that much hardware in the air and at sea, close together in confined circumstances with all these tensions, it could lead to decisions that are miscalculations and mistakes that could actually up the tensions even more. We don't want to see a crisis erupt out of here. We've been very clear about that. We want peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, and we urge the Chinese to stop these provocative actions. There's simply no pretext or no justification, I should say, for upping the ante and increasing the tensions any higher than they already are right now.
So then how will the United States respond to try to show China it can't be this aggressive at this time, while at the same time trying not to escalate the situation?
That's a very good question, and we are working hard in private channels. The channels of communication are still open with the Chinese to communicate all the same things we're saying publicly. The speaker's trip was not inconsistent with the One China policy. There was no violation of Chinese sovereignty by her visit, contrary to what they said publicly. And we're going to continue to support Taiwan as we do under the Taiwan Relations Act. So we're making it clear, and we're being very consistent in what we say publicly and privately with the Chinese. Secondly, and I said this earlier today from the briefing room, we're going to keep the Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group on nearby to monitor the situation. We are going to continue to fly, sail, and operate in accordance with international law. That includes in the Taiwan Strait, and I think you'll see that in coming weeks. And we're talking with allies and partners, including Japan, of course Japan, about how we can make sure that together we can all meet our treaty security commitments to one another and again, to better security in the region. So it's not just about words, it's not just about communications. That's happening, but we're also we're making it very clear, actually, indeed, how seriously we take our security commitments there.
John, you say you're making it clear. Indeed, you also mentioned that there are efforts, private and public. Is anything being done? I know you can't perhaps get into details, but is anything being done by Secretary Austin or Chairman Milley to privately calm the waters with the Chinese through those personal relationships they might have abroad?
I would tell you, Bob, that we have multiple levels of communication that are open to us with the Chinese, and we're using all of them. And I think I better just leave it at that.
Well, it's a bit of a nod toward that. John Kirby, we really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.